So this is a review of test number 7 that you'll take here after this review. And I don't have any students in the class, so I'm just going to pretend like there's students in the class, but I'll be answering probably, I'm assuming I'll get them all right, so it'll be 100% correct every time. But I'm going to pretend like there's a class here and just do like I normally do. So we're going to get right into it and start our review for test number 7. Metallurgy test number 7 review. Pulling open. Which type of corrosion occurs when alloy elements are separated and corrosion occurs? Crevice corrosion, tuberculation, underdeposit, oxygen, biological, stress corrosion, cracking, fatigue, erosion, or de-alloying. And I didn't get it in time, so there's going to be no results. We're starting off with a bang. De-alloying is the correct answer. Which type of corrosion occurs from generation of cracks resulting from the combined effects of cyclic, stress, and corrosion? Alright, I'm in. Crevice, tuberculation, underdeposit, oxygen, biological, stress, corrosion, cracking, fatigue, erosion, or de-alloying. Fatigue corrosion. Correct. 100% of you were absolutely correct. Which type of corrosion occurs when liquid fills a crevice, causing a depletion of metal ions? Crevice, tuberculation, underdeposit, oxygen, biological, stress, corrosion, cracking, fatigue, alloying, or de-alloying, erosion. It's in the name, right? Crevice corrosion. Which type of corrosion occurs when dissolved oxygen is in the water and attacks normally passive metals? I don't feel like reading them again. I am in. Oxygen corrosion, also in the name, right? Which type of corrosion occurs in austenitic stainless steels? You are correct. Stress corrosion cracking. Which type of corrosion occurs when there is an accelerated degradation of a material due to the action of corrosion in combination with rapidly moving liquid? Crevice, tuberculation, underdeposit, biological, oxygen, sorry I missed it, stress, corrosion, cracking, fatigue, erosion, or de-alloying. Correct answer is erosion corrosion, right? Which type of corrosion is mounds or clumps of corrosion product that cap localized corrosion activities such as pits? I think in the class I used this as I used a plow blade as an example. Tuberculation. Which type of corrosion is localized corrosion that occurs between tubercles and the base metal? I had to think about that for a second, but I think I got it. Crevice, tuberculation, underdeposit, oxygen, biological, stress, corrosion, cracking, fatigue, erosion, or de-alloying. I'm out of breath. Underdeposit, right? Which type of corrosion happens because of various types of bacteria? Sulfate-reducing bacteria, acid-producing bacteria. I can't think of them all off the top of my head. Biological corrosion, right? What is an electrochemical process in which one metal corrodes preferentially in electric contact with a different type of metal and both metals are immersed in an electrolyte called? Got a lot of breath on that one. I'll give you a hint. It's the new one that was added in this slide. Correct. Galvanic corrosion, right? The next slides will be based off of galvanic corrosion, which is not a variable of galvanic corrosion. Magnetism, distance at the couple, pH, time, temperature, distance on the galvanic series, the metals are how far apart they are on the galvanic series, electrolyte conductivity, surface area, and oxygen level. All of these but one are variables of galvanic corrosion. Magnetism has nothing to do with it. I made that up. Distance at the couple, pH, time, temperature, distance on the galvanic series, electrolyte conductivity, surface area, and oxygen level are all variables of galvanic corrosion, which is not one of the three things that must be present for galvanic corrosion to occur: the anode, the cathode, the electrolyte, or the heat. Heat, I made that up. I guess temperature is a variable, but yeah, it's made up anyways. The three things that must be present are the anode, the cathode, and the electrolyte. All right. Which will always corrode, the anode or the cathode? I know the answer. The anode will always corrode. 100% of you are 100% correct. What is it called when two metals are purposely put together with the intent for one to corrode? Sacrificial cathode, sacrificial anode, or sacrificial electrolyte? Sacrificial anode will always corrode. Well, the anode will always corrode, I guess. Which is not a way to prevent galvanic corrosion. Don't put metals with electric potential together. Weld the two metals together. Barrier or keep it dry. Weld the two metals together. There's certain metals you can't weld together, so that doesn't make any sense if you were talking about aluminum and steel or something like that. So that, unless you're explosion welding, it doesn't happen. But you don't put the metals together with electric potential. That's one way. Put a barrier, like a piece of plastic, paint, or powder coating or something, keeping the metals so they're not touching, and keeping it dry so it doesn't get wet and have an electrolyte, are all ways to prevent galvanic corrosion. All right, that is the end of our review. It is now test time. Let's do it.